Soldier. Alright. Tonight, who's serving up Grandma's famous pies? Plus, when will apple farming become an Olympic sport? Then, glorified donut or Louisiana tradition? We just got to see this king cake made right before our very eyes. Bringing you the latest in all things entertainment.
This is what?
MyScene TV.
MyScene.
MyScene TV. Yes. This is MyScene TV. Still bring you the latest in all things entertainment right here in the capital city, plus a few other places around the world. He's Siobhan H. Now this is MyScene TV. We start this brand new year with a new concept. You see, it's a first of its kind dedicated pie restaurant. We're talking pot pies, Cajun pies, king cake pies, and our personal favorite of theirs, the almond joy pie. You'll find all of that and more at the newly opened Elsies Plate and Pie on Government Street, as we talk to Chef Paul Dupree about his concept, as well as how a family legacy comes into play in this first segment. This is MyScene TV.
I'm Chef Paul Dupree. I'm the owner chef of Elsies Plate and Pie. Elsie's Plate and Pie is we're still a fairly new restaurant in Mid-City Baton Rouge. We opened in September. We're serving up sweet and savory pies to the Baton Rouge area. Our focus is Cajun food, and we're trying to put our own little spin on that. The journey really started almost 2 years before we opened. You know, it's every chef's dream to, of course, do your own thing, your own way. I'd been doing it for other people for, you know, almost 20 years, and we finally just decided that the time was right to move on our dreams. Mid-City, and particularly Government Street, has been going through a lot of changes lately and becoming something different than maybe it was 10 years ago, and it's still undergoing those changes. My wife and I, we actually live just a few blocks away from the restaurant, so this is very much an investment in our own neighborhood, not just where do we think would be a successful location. Our menu is fairly large, but it kind of focuses, of course, on the pies, but also just on Louisiana style cooking. So, you know, one of our big sellers is chicken pot pie, but we try to do a very Louisiana-inspired chicken pot pie. So ours, you know, it has roasted peppers and tasso. We use smoked chicken in it, and we try to put, you know, some of those flavors that everybody loves. And people often ask me what my favorites are. And a lot of times I just tell people it's kind of like picking, you know, your kids. You have to love them all. And when my wife and I were developing the menu, our mindset was to have every single thing on the menu something that we would enjoy eating. Elsie, my grandmother, she taught me to make pies, and she was a fantastic cook, but even beyond that, and really before that, she was a teacher. She was literally a school teacher, but then, you know, she taught, you know, numerous people in the family to cook different dishes and to do different things. You know, my grandparents, when I was growing up, had a big farm, and so, you know, we were always there. We would help, you know, we were shucking corn and, you know, cutting okra, and, you know, it was, you know, even as kids, as you were given a task, and it was a hands-on experience, and that was one of the things that we loved. And so teaching is really, I think, a huge part of her legacy, and just the love of teaching and teaching people to love what you do. And that's something that even with my staff, you know, teaching them how to do the things that I know how to do and the things that she's taught me, and teach them not only to know how to do it, but to love what you're doing. Anybody that's creative just kind of gets bored easily, and so you're always like, okay, we did that, we're comfortable with it, now what can we create next? And so we're always going to be coming up with, you know, new desserts and new dinner specials, and in fact we're rolling out, we're doing a crawfish queso mac and cheese for a dinner special that I think people will enjoy. So we're always going to be trying to, you know, develop the next thing that people can look forward to. Call the restaurant, you can, you know, come in, sit down, have a meal. You can look at our menu on our website and get in touch with us through there as well. I'm Chef Paul Dupre with Elsies Plate and Pie, and this is MyScene TV.
That was Chef Paul Dupre cooking with love at Elsies Plate and Pie on Government Street, right at the site of the old honeymoon bungalow. You can check out their menu at elsiespies.com, as well as following them on Facebook and Instagram at Elsies Plate and Pie. Stay tuned.
Falcon here. Normally when you see me on the screen, I'm telling you about things that you can do and find in Southeast Asia. But at the moment, we're going to talk about shopping local and buying local, because we here at MyScene TV want to keep the integrity and the view and the look and the things that we love about Louisiana. And we cannot do that if you don't shop local. So please, go out, go to your neighborhood restaurant, neighborhood bar. Maybe you find a brand new friend, someone you never even knew existed in your own city. So please, from all of us here at MyScene TV, shop local and support your local businesses.
Jude Falcon is an American transplant living in South Korea, and he uses his time to tour the many festivals in the country. Today we return to the Yesan Apple Festival in this MyScene TV Korea.
Hello, MyScene TV, and we're live on the scene at the 2017 Yesan Apple Festival, and I gotta tell you, my friends, it's amazing. Went to the Sudoksa Temple for a bit, made in like the 500 BC area. It's amazing, it's fantastic. You gotta see it. But more importantly, the apples. Yesan has the biggest apples in the entire world. They outweigh the world apples by like almost 2 ounces. They're crisp. They're delicious, they're amazing, and my friends, you just have to come and see it. So kick back, relax, check out the footage, you'll enjoy it right here on MyScene TV.
Yesan, South Korea is part of South Korea's slow city movement. Yesan has several things to do, such as fish in the Yeodang River, check out the folktale village, hike up to the Imjeonsong Fortress Wall located at the top of the Bonggusan Mountain, and last but not least, visit the apple orchard located in Yesan, South Korea, which has been growing apples since 1920 and is the home of the biggest, sweetest, crispest, most succulent apples you'll ever bite into. The Altoran Apple Orchard has a festival every November showcasing the multitude of products they make on site, such as jams, juice, soaps, candles, wine, and my friends, believe it or not, whiskey. They make apple whiskey. Over 80% of Yesan is dedicated to apple farming because it's called the Yellow Earth, made of sand, clay, and silt deposited by local waterways. This makes the soil some of the most fertile land in all of the peninsula, and manual labor is still used to harvest the apples today to ensure quality and to make sure that Yesan apples are the largest apples in the entire world. How do you like those apples? The peak season for growing apples is between July and November, and the fluctuating temperatures of warm days and cool nights make Yesan the perfect place for an abundance of apples to be made. The cool mist of the mornings and the cold winds which flow down from the mountains make the apples flavorful and sweet. This year marks my third chance to attend the yearly Yesan Apple Festival, and I would recommend it to anyone ever visiting South Korea. The Seoksa Temple is located in the beautiful mountains of Yesan, South Korea. The temple was constructed during the Baekje Kingdom, which lasted from 18 BC until 660 AD. The temple was established in 1599 AD by Buddhist monks, and it survived the extremely destructive Imjin War that lasted from 1592 until 1598. This war was an invasion of Korea by Japan that destroyed most of the country. The area also houses the oldest building in South Korea, which dates back to 1308, which is the Daeungjeon Main Hall. It's recognized as Korea's national treasure number 49. If coming for a short visit is not enough, make sure to check out their Temple Stay program, which is sure to take you back to a simpler time in life and centuries before.
MyScene TV, we came, we saw, we drank, we had an amazing time, and if you're ever in the area of Yesan, South Korea in the fall, do check it out because it's absolutely fantastic. It's my third year here, and I promise you, my friends, you will not be disappointed anytime you come check it out. Check us out on Twitter, Facebook. We also have a website. I think there's a MySpace floating around there somewhere. We also have an Instagram, so don't miss us. Don't ever go anywhere, and find out more of what's going on around Baton Rouge, Washington, D.C., also Dallas, Texas, and right here in Korea on MyScene TV. Jude Falcon, and we are out.
That was Jude Falcon from MyScene TV Korea, and to see more, visit us on YouTube at MyScene TV. Up next, we indulge in a Louisiana tradition, yes, the glorified cinnamon roll that is the king cake. We go behind the scenes as they make one from scratch and Mr. Ronnie's famous hot donuts. But in the meantime, I encourage you to follow us across our various social media sites. This is MyScene TV.
Special thanks to Atomic Pop Shop, tape, vinyl, and vintage audio equipment for your capital city needs. Capital City Grill, fresh, exciting, and atmospheric dining for downtown Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
Well, carnival season has just wrapped up, but in Louisiana, we enjoy king cakes all year round. Following up from a story that we gave you earlier this season, we go back to Mr. Ronnie's famous hot donuts to see how these beautiful, plump, sugary legends are born. Last year, I got to go behind the scenes of Mr. Ronnie's famous hot donuts on Lee Drive to see how the delicious king cakes are made. We're here at Ronnie's famous hot donuts. We just got to see this king cake made right before our very eyes. Mr. Ronnie's is a South Down staple, known for their donuts and their sliders. But their king cake should not be slept on. We started with the dough already in the grease. Soon after, it was taken out to be strained, sort of like French fries. After that, it's coated in frosting.
Yeah, it's gonna get dipped a couple other times. There you go.
We do it until the glaze is a nice thick coating on top.
I don't know if it's been asked already, about how many coats do you put on there?
It depends on the glaze, but usually at least 3.
At least 3 coats?
At least 3.
Believe it or not, he was asked that question almost as many times as it was dipped. Now that it was coated in a nice even layer, the dough was then slowly mounted to its board.
So I have to be really careful because the king cake's so big and it's so fresh. And if I don't pick it up right, it'll easily snap in half.
Now it's time to make this a true king cake. We swarmed the table, watching as he sprinkled on those legendary colors one by one.
Sprinkles! Yes.
Before we knew it, the king cake was born. Now, the tradition is that the plastic baby is nestled into the king cake. Whoever finds the baby is responsible for buying the next one. But at Mr. Ronnie's, the baby is instead placed in the middle for you at home to place the baby wherever you like.
That's it.
And there you have it. I'm sometimey with sweets, and I skipped a few years of the king cake, but this last one that I had was just this moist, coated with sugar. The cinnamon, it's another thing to see one made right in front of you with the hairnet on. Special thanks to Jay Galliano and Mr. Ronnie's famous hot donuts for having us. But now it's time to grab your phones, grab your MacBooks, grab your TVs, because it is social media time. That's why you can check us out at MySceneTV.com, our social media hub and live stream on Facebook. Pictures in and around the Baton Rouge area on Instagram, full episodes and these segments on YouTube. And we also have a Twitter and a MySpace floating around somewhere, and programming reminder. You come on WBXH Channel 16. That's Cox and E-Tail Channel 16, Channel 39 on Dish Network, Uverse and Antenna, and for the sake of repetition, are not available on DirecTV. Until next time, we will bring you local fashions, handmade masterpieces, and more of the best that Baton Rouge has to offer. He's Javon H. This is MyScene TV.
Spike. E! How are you? What's wrong?
My girl broke up with me.
Y'all been together a long time. What is it? Is it her job? Is it another man?
Nothing normal like that. It was the election.
The presidential election?
Yeah. Apparently, I was dumped because of Trump.
I had a girl who meant the world. We never had a bump. But we found ourselves on different sides of the old political stump. The American way is to have your say, but she could not climb that hump. So she made the jump, now I'm a chump. I was dumped because of Trump. I was dumped because of Trump. You were dumped. Oh, I was dumped because of Trump. You were dumped. Yeah, I was dumped. You were dumped because of Trump. Dumped because of Trump. I took my lumps, kicked in the rump. I was dumped because of Trump. Liberals preach inclusiveness, open minds live and let